Hello, and welcome back to Journey Through the Pen. Today, what we're going to talk about is how the families also serve a sentence. So, we don't go to prison, obviously, but we do serve the sentence with them. We have a different sentence. Maybe we are losing a spouse, maybe we're losing a child, maybe it's a sibling, maybe it's a friend, and it might be that we're losing an income, and not everything in prison is free, so we're gaining bills and losing income if it's a spouse or a partner. So what I wanted to talk about is for people who have someone who is getting ready to go to prison, or maybe just got there, or maybe you're just curious about what happens after somebody gets sentenced to prison, how that process works. So when they go from county jail to prison, they will get picked up and they will be taken to what's called a reception center. There are 4 reception centers in Florida. I'm pretty sure that that's right. There's one in North, like over in the Panhandle. There's one in Lake Butler, which is Reception and Medical Center. There's one in Central Florida, and there's one in South Florida. So I think that that's all of them. But they will go to one of the reception centers. And basically these are transient prisons. So you go there, they will go through like an orientation, they'll meet with their classification officer, which a lot of times will be your point of contact. They'll be assigned custody level, a job, well, no, not a job there. And then they kind of wait to find out where they're going to go permanently. Do not be surprised if they get moved a long ways away. My husband, the first prison he was at, he was 3 hours away. Then he was 3.5 hours away. Then he was an hour and a half away. Then he was 3 hours away. And now he's about an hour away. So in 37 months, we have gone through 5 prisons. 5 prisons. They will move people when they want to, where they want to, for whatever reasons that they want to. So, anyways, they'll end up at a reception center. Now, the first few things that you will want to do is set up the phones. Now, if they've been in county, you may already be using securus, and that's what's used at most of the state prisons. Now, if it's a private prison, it's done differently, and I don't have experience with the private prisons. So that would be something I'd have to look into, because I'm not sure. But the state prisons use securus. But the difference is that in county, they can add your phone number to their list, and in prison, you have to send in your phone bill, and they have to approve your number. So, it's a little bit different, but you need to mail anybody that wants to be on their phone list, you need to get them all together at the same time and send them in so that he can get everybody on their phone list. They can only update their phone list twice a year. So it's the month that they get taken to prison, and 6 months later, and it will repeat the entire time that they're there. So, the other thing that you're going to want to set up is jpay. If you haven't yet, jpay allows you to do transfer money. It allows you to send emails. It allows you to send pictures and short videos, like 30-second videos. jpay is a blessing and a curse. But there's also an app that you can get on your phone. You can do video visits. They're 30-minute video visits. And I have more information about that though on my blog, and it has links. So journeythroughthepen.com securus.com is my blog, and it will give you a little bit more information. But if you need like step by step, please feel free to comment, and I will help you as much as I can possibly help you to get things set up the way that you need to. As far as visitation, you're not going to be able to set that up until they get to what's going to be called their permanent camp. A lot of times the prisons are called camps. I don't want to camp there, but that's what they're called. So when they get to their permanent camp, well, visitation in the year 2020 is much different. So we'll have to kind of play it by ear. They just reopened it, but I don't know for how long. And you have to try to set an appointment. It's, you know, you can't hug or kiss or eat or read or play cards or anything. So it's a little bit different right now. But when things get back to normal, I will do a new video and a new blog about how visitation is going to work. Because I have a feeling it's going to permanently be different than it was before. Hopefully not this different. But I think it's going to be different. So those are the things that you're going to want to set up. They're going to be at the reception center. You're going to want to send in your phone bills, and you're going to want to set up jpay. And they can be at the reception center for a few weeks to a few months. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. Hopefully they won't get sent too far from home, but again, prepare yourself for that, because that's not uncommon for them to go a long ways away. So just be mentally prepared for that. So if you have any questions on any of that, or if you have any comments, leave that in the comments and I will get back to you, or you can go to my blog and see if that answers anything a little bit more thorough. But my next video is going to be about the prison conditions, some of them. And is it really punishment, or is it just cruel and inhumane treatment? So we're going to talk about that next time. Don't get overwhelmed by it. This is, it's going to be a difficult journey. You're going to struggle. You're going to cry. You're going to pray like you never prayed before. You're going to be terrified sometimes. You're going to find out how strong you really are. And I've met some of the strongest people I know on this journey, and I'm so thankful, because there were nights that I couldn't have done this by myself. So I hope that this will all help you and in your journey, and I hope that you will never feel completely lost or alone, because you're not. So please join me again on my next video, and we will talk a little bit about the prison conditions and what you can unfortunately expect, and what we need to do to start making things better and get our voices heard and get their voices heard, and hopefully save some future people from a lot of what's going on in our prisons. So thank you for joining me again, and I will see you next time.